In this video, we're gonna take a look at an edited version of one of my monthly live Zooms that I do on the first Monday of the month with my Stanton Moore Drum Academy members. If you wanna join Stanton Moore Drum Academy, I'm offering a special rate, and you can take advantage of that by just clicking the link in the description. So I hope you enjoy taking a look at this, and I hope that you come away with some useful information. Please don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and hit that like button and drop a comment or a question, because I'm always looking at those. Thank you very much, and I hope you enjoy.
All right, this is from Clancy. Bass drum dynamics, any advice? Feathering as well, any advice on that?
That's a great question. The first thing that I talk about for bass drum dynamics is we can take the mambo bass drum pattern. Now, to develop bass drum dynamics, what I like to talk about is you can experiment with different accents on that. So let's accent the boom, boom, ba, which is like the big four, but it's happening more often. And this happens in brass band music and Mardi Gras Indian music. Boom, boom, ba, boom, boom, ba. So we're gonna accent that, right? Then you can accent that middle note. Bum, ba-da, bum, ba-da. And then you can accent both of those notes. Bum, ba, ba, boom, ba, ba. Right? And it's not too hip if you accent the one on that mambo bass drum pattern. That's not so hip, but you want to be able to do all of those. Then you want to be able to accent every other note, right? So I do that with the Johnny Vodakovich sticking on top, the right, right, left, right, right, left, right, left. So first, I'll accent that boom, boom, ba, then the boom, ba, boom, ba, then the boom, ba, boom, ba. Then I'll do every other one, okay? So check it out. Right? And I'm intentionally playing that super loosey-goosey on top. So let me do that alternating again, but I'm gonna start with the quiet note first. So you're gonna play every other accent, okay? Right? Now, what I'll do too to work on bass drum dynamics is I'll play that mambo bass drum pattern and I'll play it as a crescendo and a decrescendo, right? Check it out. With the bottom engine, which is 8th notes over here and 16th, upbeat 16th notes in the right foot, and then you want to be able to do a crescendo and a decrescendo with that as well, right? Right, so then I start to have control over the bass drum dynamics, right? Now, feathering is extremely helpful in developing your bass drum dynamics. So, you know, for those of you maybe not familiar yet, feathering is where you play the bass drum so softly on quarter notes behind or underneath the ride cymbal pattern that hopefully you can't even hear the bass drum. You're just feeling it, right? And usually most or a lot of people do this with the heel down, but some people feather with the heel up. Shannon Powell often feathers with the heel up. And I had Ricky Sebastian come and do my masterclass, and Ricky talked about how he developed his foot. Ricky actually has a pretty killing foot, and he often is also feathering with heel up, which I found interesting. He came and did a masterclass at the latest Sono, so some of y'all were there for that. But right now, I'm just gonna, I'm feathering right now. Right? And the lav is on, so I'm feathering right now. Now I'm adding 2 and 4. Now I'm gonna play the ride cymbal pattern on top. And the lav was still on. So let me do that again without the lav. And I put a little oomph on the end of it. But now, if I'm playing shuffles, you want to have control over that bass drum dynamic. If I'm playing a shuffle and I'm stomping on the bass drum, it's not going to sound great. That doesn't sound great. Now, if I'm feathering under the shuffle, that's cool, but it might not have enough oomph. I was playing that bass drum, but you couldn't barely hear it. So I like to find somewhere in between, right? So I'm always adjusting my bass drum dynamics, my bass drum volume. And, you know, sometimes I'll do it as a fill, just like using bass drum dynamics as a fill, right? I was just really laying into the bass drum there, and I wasn't even taking my hands away from the ride or the snare drum.
Just to follow up to the feathering quarters that you were doing, Stanton.
Yeah.
Why would you do that? Is that just for your own timing? Because if it's imperceptible by the audience?
But this is the thing. It is perceptible. Like, you feel it. You may not feel it as much right now when I take it away, but if you're in the room, right, you definitely notice it. Yeah. So let me do it right now, and I'm gonna feather, then I'm gonna take it away. And I'll lift my leg up so you can really tell, okay, when I take it away. Because you feel the difference. Yeah. It fills it out. And now this is the thing with feathering. You want to be able to do it, but then you have to know when to do it. And it's a tool. So, if you're, if you're working on a project, you got to know what tool to use when, right? So if you're breaking up a sidewalk, right, outside of your house, you don't want to use a ball-peen hammer. You're going to use a jackhammer. Now, if you're doing some finishing work on your kitchen cabinets, you're not going to use a jackhammer to put in a finishing nail, right? You're going to use a tiny little hammer to put in that finishing nail. So the feathering is like a finishing nail, right? And it really can add finesse to what you're doing. It's great, especially in larger ensembles, big band, and stylistically, if that's the type of music you're playing. But now, if you're playing piano trio with brushes in a Bill Evans interactive style where the time is more broken and all of that, you may not want to feather as much. I'll do it if I'm swinging out on brushes, right? But now, if we're gonna play something like, tonight, I'll probably wind up playing In Your Own Sweet Way, right? Ba-da, da-da, do-do-da-da-da-da-da, ba-da-da-da-da-da-da, ba-da, ba-da, ba-ba. And when I went to kind of a funk groove, that was the interlude, right? Now, when I went to the B section, I don't know if y'all could hear, Nick was continuing to whistle the melody. Thank you for that, Nick. When I went to the B section, I started swinging out more, and then I feathered the bass drum. So I feathered the bass drum on the bridge. But on the A sections, I was intentionally playing way more interactive, breaking up the time, breaking up the hi-hat, breaking up the bass drum. So that's a great song to demonstrate where you can play broken time and very interactive time and interact with the melody. Then on the bridge, you can lay it down and play more straight ahead. So Gus, if you're playing with a piano trio in a very light setting, and it's more leaning towards like the Bill Evans interactive kind of thing, then you don't necessarily want to feather the bass drum all the time. But learning how to feather the bass drum is going to teach you how to be able to control your dynamics. And as we've talked about before, the lighter you can learn how to play, the more gigs you will get. And I think that is very true. And I don't think I'm BSing. Clancy is super nodding on that. And I know Nick will agree with me. And Steve Valgoyan is agreeing. Steve's playing more and more gigs all the time. Steve, you play a lot of gigs now. Do you get people turning around and say, I need you to play louder?
No. No.
So, working on your feathering and working on your bass drum dynamics will help you be able to play quieter with the whole kit. Thanks for tuning into this discussion. Hopefully you got some useful information out of it. So please don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're not already, and hit that like button, drop a comment or ask a question. I'd love to hear from you. And thanks for watching. See you down the line.